Next up, we're going to be looking at how to set up the comms units. The comms units are the headsets we use which allow us to talk to the front of house and backstage crew at any time during a show without disturbing the audience by shouting over them. So the first thing we need to know is that we have a maximum ability to have 8 wireless headsets and 1 permanently wired in headset. But only 4 people can talk to each other at a time. We have group 1 and group 2. Group 1 can all talk to each other, group 2 can all talk to each other. The wired in headset in the control room can talk to both teams, but group 1 can't talk to group 2. So quite often we'll have a front of house setup and a backstage setup. So that the control room can talk to both, but the backstage and front of house operations, which are normally very different, don't interfere with each other. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take one of our radio belt packs and we press and hold the power button. They've all been configured so that they're either on the B band, sorry, the second band or the first band, R1, R2, and you can see which band they are because they light up on the radio settings dialog. You can see here this must be an R2 because once I switched on this unit, it switched on the second light of the second unit. So I'm going to switch this off now just to make that point clear. Right. So now that light will disappear any second now, and I'm going to switch this back on and we'll see that light come back on. There you go. So now there's a connection between the two. All you need to do then is put a headset into the bottom of the wireless pack and then you can start communicating. There are some very simple controls. The first one that you will want to use the least is the call button. Now obviously that makes a noise and quite a loud vibrating sound. So if you're using that, then you want to make sure it's only during a rehearsal or something like that, never during a live performance. We've also got volume controls, which generally you'll want at maximum because people tend to talk quite quietly into the radio packs during performances. You've then got your mic control. The mic control can either be permanently on, like this, where you just tap it once and then tap it off, or you can press and hold it and the mic is only working as long as you're touching that button. If you're holding it and let go, the mic is then off. So tapping it means it's always on and then off, or holding it, effectively latching it, means it's only working whilst you're pressing that button. You'll probably find that if you're in the control room, you'll want to have yours latched on, but if you're a member of the backstage crew, you'll want to latch it so that you're only talking to people when they need to hear you. It can get very distracting if you've got 4 different signals, or in the case of the person in the control room, 8 different signals coming into your ears at once, and you've got therefore effectively the conversation of 8 people, so maybe 8 half conversations in your ear. It gets very confusing. In order for the person in the control room to talk, you can either latch the signal there for the B band or latch the signal for the A band, or you can do exactly the same system, press and hold and let go, and it works that way. So at the moment, in order for this belt pack to talk to the control room, or actually, well, vice versa, I'd need to press that button. I can now communicate with the belt pack. Switch that off, I can't communicate with them. So that's how we set up the comms units.